It is estimated that roughly 100 South Korean teachers
African
commit
kindergarten teacher
suicide
allegedly
ukuthi
attacked
kahle kahle
Chinese
kwenzakalani
school
in
in
China.
Hello loves, welcome back and welcome into my channel. I'm filming this video for the fourth time, and if you can hear a little bit of noise, I'd like to personally apologize. And the tone and demeanor of this video today is going to be a whole lot different from my normal videos where it's the holidays, so the kids are just walking around and making ruckus. But anyways, back to the point of the video. I'm going to be making a video, and you read the title right, solely focusing on which Asian countries to avoid. Number one, when looking for a job abroad, how to spot a fake or a scamming recruiter or agent. Number three, so I wrote this all down, so I can't really remember everything off by head right now. And why not to expedite your documents? That's something that a lot of people don't really talk about on YouTube channels, but I want to talk about that today as well. Why not to expedite your documents, and why some people have gotten deported. And then I'll also touch on the topic of Onolu, who was a kindergarten teacher in not South Korea, but she did work in South Korea, but when her incident of abuse happened, she was in China. So before I get into Nolu's situation, let's talk about people who are more focused on coming to South Korea. The reason why I wanted to make this video is because the conversation I had with my friends and some of my family members, where they all raised good points, and we're all different people. Of course, we have our different opinions, and majority, what I scoped from everyone's opinion, is that everybody was of the consensus that people are truly lazy and don't want to do research for themselves. Yes, that is very true, but I truly stand and believe that because we are able to do research and find out what red flags to look out for, who or what is sketching, or what type of agent would actually scam you in the process, I also believe that those very same people go and do that very same research and are able to hide their tracks better. But there's something that they can never hide, and that is a recruiter who wants you to pay them. That person is a red flag. Run. I don't care if it's an organization, I don't care run, because if a recruiter gets you a job, more specifically in South Korea, the school that hires you will pay them, not you. Don't have to do it. And if by any means or by any chance or for whatever reason the school decides not to pay the person, that is not your burden. You do not pay the person. And once you get into South Korea and a rift happens between the recruiter and the school, and the recruiter now comes to you and demands money that your school was supposed to pay him, you can report him. Don't even be afraid to use that line, I will report you to the police. Because one, there's a reason why the school is not wanting to pay him. Two, his services might have been poor. Three, the school might have not liked, unfortunately, the person that the recruiter had suggested to them, which might be you at that point. So them not wanting to pay him is not your problem. It's not your problem. He did his job for the school. The school employed him. You do not employ him. The school employed him. I don't understand how people get scammed to such degrees with recruiters, and it's actually so sad. I've seen so many stories from people coming to my DMs, even group chats that I'm in, where people are talking about, guys, please help me, or Zap, please help me. This recruiter is demanding ABCD from me. And it's always the same thing. Everybody gives them the exact same advice. Either go to Loft or tell the police. The biggest one. A lot of people want to know which Asian countries to avoid. I personally have only taught in South Korea. That's the only Asian country that I have taught in, South Korea. And most of the opinions that I'll be giving are based on the South Korean environment. So if you are looking to work in South Korea, I would wholeheartedly suggest that you go through a program, an English program, whether it be EPIC, whether it be JLP, whether it be EPIC Plus. Go through, if it's your first time teaching abroad, go through a program, because they are binded legally by the government to ensure that your work here is legal. Okay. China. Unfortunately, China would go on my red list. Now, this is not to say that you should put it on your red list, you should not go to China, but this is my personal opinion as to why I wouldn't go to China. I wouldn't go to China because the law backs them up completely. You as a foreigner there have little to no rights at all. From my understanding, they do not have a legal platform like we do in South Korea called Loft. They don't have that in China. So you literally there on your own. And if you are faced with high waters, you literally have to face it by yourself. There's no one to help you and no one can defend you. And this goes to premise. I hate referencing Nolu's situation because that's one of the most extreme cases out there. But honestly, that's how dark and deep things can turn. And some people, I'm not interlinking these incidents with China whatsoever, but it's just uncanny and a bit bone chilling how every foreign English teacher that has been in China all have the same sentiment and all have the same story to share. That it's a bit scary and creepy how when certain teachers of certain demographics get unalived in China. That's another reason why I wouldn't go, because it's a little bit too coincidental that these people end up dying. And condolences to the families for that. But that's eyebrow raising for me. Like, excuse me? No. That's why I would avoid China as number one on my red list Asian countries to avoid. Another Asian country that I would avoid, not because it's unsafe or anything like that, Thailand, because the pay is so small. The pay is so small. I would avoid Thailand. Number 3 Asian country that I would avoid is Japan. And that's highly because of the racism. The racism is extremely high. And not to say that South Korea is not racist at all, but I want to be somewhere where I can be comfortable. And then as for the Philippines and Vietnam, I know that they also hire English teachers and the likes, but I'm not too sure what the application process is like and whatever. But towards the end of the video, I will edit out people's opinions teaching in those 2 countries. I do know a girl who used to teach in Vietnam, and I do know another lady who used to teach in the Philippines. So I'll add their opinions at the end of the video, so stick around for that. And if you like the video so far, do hit the notification bell. Subscribe first, because you can't hit the notification bell if you're not subscribed. And comment on what your thoughts are so far. Number 3, why is it not to expedite your documents? Oh my gosh, and my South African people, my Sathers, don't expedite your documents. I know the South African government, when it comes to legal affairs, they will drag their feet as if they're trying to block you from your blessings. I get it, I know. But the moment you go the dinge route, the moment you go the dodge route and try to expedite your documents, you do not know. You do not know this person. You actually do not know this person. And you give them your documents, your legal documents that has all of your information, mind you, and you give this to this person you've never met in your life to expedite these documents. 1, they can steal your documents and edit them to make them look like it's their own documents and apply for themselves to get jobs. And that's happened before. A girl trusted this other female recruiter, well, not recruiter, an expediting agent, and she stole her documentation, she stole her degree, she stole her everything. The reason why she was able to do that because she went and changed her ID, the expediting agent, mind you, she went and changed her ID to match the girl who had given her documents. So there's absolutely no way to prove that these documents do not belong to her. And by the time the agent had given back the documents to the girl, she had gotten the job. And when she had sent the documents that she needed to the school that she was applying to, and in South Korea they do this thing where they proof check everything, they back it up in their websites or whatever it is that they do to see if a document is legal or not. By the time they were proof, they thought she was lying. She had faked her qualifications, she had faked her ID and all of that. And the reason why the agent was able to do this is because she has somebody who is connected in home affairs, whether it's family member or whatever the case is. So do not trust expediting agents. Do not do it. One, they will cost you not even one, two, they will cost you an arm and leg. Three, sometimes they don't even do it the proper way, where you give them money and then they give it to the person who actually works at whatever embassy, whether it's DICO, whether it's home affairs, wherever it needs to be apostilled. They will then not give it to that person and they'll go to some dinge person who makes fake apostille documents and give that back to you. And Korea, for instance, because I'm referencing Korea again because I am in Korea, they do proof check every document that is given to them. They proof check it, all of it. They proof check it. And by the time it gets to Korea, now you have spent so much money, thousands and thousands of rands, only for your documents to be fake. And the process of proof checking that your documents are legally apostilled takes 2 to 3 weeks. And by 2 to 3 weeks, you would have already arrived in South Korea. And by the time the South Korean government tells the school, oh, yo, these documents are fake, you get deported. Now you've wasted money, flight money. The school is not going to reimburse you of that flight money. Now you're banned from the country for 5 years. And you've wasted all of this money and time. And for what? That's like the most expensive vacay trip I know of. All because you just couldn't do it the legal and right way. Do it the legal and right way. Like, stop with the expediting agents. Stop. There's just too many horrors. There's just too many horror stories. And I feel like this is a no-brainer, but I don't know why some people still do this. Some people, they have family members that work with a DICO, home affairs, whatever, and they fake their degrees and they get you thinking the country is stupid and won't find out. They will find out. They will. And if the school, if you applied for a Hagwon, more specifically a private school, if they're that desperate for a teacher, they won't say anything and they'll keep you, but they will give you a very, very hard time whilst you work there with them. There's a girl who worked with a Hagwon with a fake qualification and then decided that, oh, okay, since I got away with it, let me apply for a government program. Biggest mistake. She then got deported, banned from the country, I think 10 years. I think she was banned for 10 years from the country. But now, you know, it gives her time to now get her degree properly. If teaching abroad is really something that she wants to do, now she's got 10 years to do it. No shade, boo. No shade. No shade. Another person that I wanted to touch light on is this girl who's trending on TikTok because she is 27 years old and she has fallen pregnant via a 18-year-old Korean boy. She's now carrying she is facing deportation. Why? Because technically he's a minor here in Korea, because the legal consenting age in South Korea is 20 years old. So she is facing deportation and she's trying to hide all of her social purpose of, I'm gonna get me a Korean man, I'm gonna get me a Korean boo, I'm gonna get my... If you haven't watched any of my other videos, one, they are pedophiles. Two, they don't look their age. So you will go on a date with someone and they will lie to you. Sometimes you encounter a pedophile who's so many years older than you who dates you, and because they don't look their age, you think, okay, maybe this person is the age that they claim to be, but no. And I don't want to go down that rabbit hole because it's scary. It's honestly scary. It's honestly scary. So, reason why some people get deported, they do illegal stuff, obviously, and they do things out of they don't think the process thoroughly through. Like this girl dating this 18-year-old, she didn't really proof check that he was the age that he claimed to be. And now to finally talk about the Nolu situation. Excuse me, my throat is a bit dry now. I want to talk about the Nolu situation because that is a scary situation to find yourself in. And aside from it being a scary situation to find yourself in, it's honestly a reality. It's a reality for a lot of foreign native English teachers that come teach here in Asian countries. It's a reality that a lot of us unfortunately can't avoid. The only fault that this school of hers had is that they messed with the wrong person, because Nolu has a huge following on social media and she documents her life thoroughly. They've probably, in my opinion, they've probably done this before and they thought they'd get away with it again, but they hit the wrong one. They hit the wrong one this time around. Trying to take money away from her. So she was terminating, and then there's a news link about it. I will tag it somewhere here. And at the end of the video, if you're too lazy to go to the tags that I put up, you can watch at the end of the video. I will post every single video I'm talking about, every single commentary I've mentioned. I will have it towards the end of the video. The reason why he punched her is because she noticed that on the contract that they had been going through and signing, they had edited certain things out, like her severance pay. Her severance pay is due to her. She did her contract time period and they didn't want to pay her. They didn't want to pay her for her services, which is her severance pay. They didn't want to pay her that. So they edited that out and tried to trick her into signing this contract that is not to her benefit whatsoever. And that is why he punched her, because when she noticed, she asked about this and they tried to brush it under the rug. They tried to dismiss her and she tore the document. Obviously, no contract, no binding force. And that's why he punched her, because she's not a stupid little girl. That's why he punched her. Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. That's another reason why some people get deported, because when you film content and somebody on the internet gets pissed off and then other people jump in the wagon and are pissed off alongside this person, you risk getting yourself fired and getting deported. Because now in South Korea there's a blacklist of certain people not to hire, or to certain people who can't teach and work in South Korea anymore for however long they go onto the blacklist. That happens in South Korea just as much as there is a blacklist of which schools not to work in South Korea. Again, I will add all of those things towards the end of the video. I'm closing the video now, so it's coming to an end. So with all of this said, I would highly suggest that people do their research. Just do the research. And if you are someone who really detests doing their own research, watch this video then. Watch this video. It's a very basic summary, but it's literal basic instructions. Literal basic instructions. It's the spine, it's the blueprint of what not to do and what to look out for. The blueprint. This is the blueprint. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Like, comment and subscribe. and show love to the notification bell, because I love you guys and I want you guys to do this thing legally, clean, professionally, and smart. We can't be living in a day and age where you leave your whole entire life risking it and putting it in the hands of people who literally could not care less about you but want to just mule you dry of your intelligence, of your capability of speaking English, and then you get abused in the process. I love you, loves. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, notification bell, and share. Send this to someone you know who's looking to come work in Asian countries. Even if that means they're looking to work in a different type of field, send this to them. It applies because we all go through the same agents, we all go through the same process. Bye, love.